All right, so today my name is Sean Middleton, and this is for my ESOL class. I'm talking about Chapter 35 for free voluntary reading. That's the strategy that I chose. I know that seems like maybe an easy way, an easy out with this video because it's more of a lesson for you than it is actually teaching something, because it is where the students are going to get into their own self-selected reading that they read silently to themselves. But I think this is an important thing, especially for ESOL students, because the goal is that the more they read, the more it's going to enhance their vocabulary, their grammar, their writing, their spelling, everything. It comes just from reading. So free voluntary reading. Nothing helps, the book says nothing helps reading like reading, and I think that's really true. I read with my kids every night, and I let them read back to me, and I let them choose the book because it's something that's interesting to them. Now the biggest goal with this is having access to books. So that means within the classroom you're going to have a wide range of books. You're also going to have personal ownership of books helps as well if they own books at home, and sometimes that's something that we can't help as a teacher. We can send things home with parents as far as buying things from Scholastic and doing book drives and that sort of thing. And but really the one thing we can help is trying in the classroom to have a lot of varieties of books that are even in sets of books. I think about like the Dr. Seuss books. There's many Dr. Seuss books that you can choose from, and any books in the series you can introduce by reading one of the books and then letting the kids know, if you like this author, there's a lot of other books over in the library here in the classroom that you can check out. Dr. Seuss is an easier read, and but the goal really is finding their level, their reading level. So you're going to sit down with them, at the beginning of the year, probably 3 or 4 times throughout the year. You're going to do that at certain points in the calendar and find out what their reading level is. And the more that they read at their reading level, you're going to see all aspects of language arts start to be influenced with them. There's a lot of books with a lot of topics. Obviously, the Disney books that are really at their reading level. You can find these, having that available. About princesses, you've got books on penguins with reading levels, spiders, Inside Out, Toy Story 3, The Muppets. These are all characters, 100 Monsters in my school. A lot of these are characters that they've seen in movies, and so this might be something that would pique their interest. So you give them lots of options to choose from at their reading level, and you organize it within the classroom where it's easy to see where the different reading levels are, so you can monitor that. It's easier for them to see what they should do. And really the first step after you've found their reading level is you're going to explain the program to the students. Say, hey students, we're starting a new program. It's called Free Voluntary Reading, and or you can name the program whatever you want. Road to 100 Books or something like that within the classroom. And so today we're going to start that program. We've got these books spread out here in your reading levels, so you can come and choose what book you want to read. You can have things like comic books, things that typically they might not read in a classroom, but of all kinds of different interests that they can choose from. And then let them check out some of the books and take them home. Get a system where they can check that out. Have a reward system, and really to focus on the number of books read. So even as a class, they're going to monitor individual students as to how many books that they read, and they keep track of that, and they see their progress, but they also see the class progress, and they see a reward system set up for the whole class where maybe you have a party, or maybe you invite an author to come and talk. Some author that the class really, you notice, has read a lot of and has been interested in. I know David Shannon is the guy who wrote David Goes to School. and he has a series of books with David, No David, and then he even has this book here, Bad Case of the Stripes. He's one of my favorite authors. And this is something where you can introduce this series and you can read one of the books from the author, and you can even maybe do an author study and let them know about the different books that they have. And then these are the ones that we have in our classroom. And once we get to 100 books, we're going to invite the author, or maybe it's 500 books that the class reads. We're going to invite the author to the school where there's going to be a book signing and that kind of thing. Or maybe we're going to go on a field trip to the library and that sort of thing. So that's something that you can do all kinds of options with that. Another series that's good to offer is the Boxcar Children. And anything where they read one book and it captures their interest and they're familiar with the characters, they're familiar with the writing of that author, and they'll keep reading because they chose that and it was something that they like to do. And the important thing then is to monitor their progress and keep watching that and keep testing their reading levels. And you'll watch the reading levels go up with ESOL students. With an ELL learner, it's going to improve their vocabulary. It's going to improve the way they talk to each other in class, and because you're going to have group discussions about the books. And maybe have them come up and talk about their favorite author, their favorite book, and show that to the class. They'll be excited about it because it's something they chose. It's something that they were interested in. And anything that they're interested in is going to motivate them to read more. And that's the goal, because reading is inevitably, nothing helps reading like reading. So that's my bit on free voluntary reading. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And till next time, thanks.